So yeah, I guess the key to the pressure fitting will be to flange it outward to distribute the upward push on the ceiling across a wide enough surface area to where, as you tighten it real tight for stability, you're not putting a hole through the ceiling. So you just got to flare it out wide enough. Now, how tight do you really need it? Well, I don't think it needs to be that tight. I mean, it's just going to be having the tools moving up and down. There's not going to be much force to move it side to side or back and forth. Whatever vibrating maybe would slowly work it off the ceiling if it weren't real snug. So you want a nice snug fit. But the idea is just to have a rubber suction cup type tight snug fit between floor and ceiling, preventing that vertical working CNC shaft from coming out of place. Here's a drawing of what we're talking about, by the way. That center shaft is where the tools will be. And you can actually see the tools in the drawing. You can also see at the tops the little suction cups. So you got the main print heads drawn on there. You got the little suction cup. And you can see that that center shaft is a rectangle. It's a vertical rectangle. The 3D printer head, laser cutter head, and sewing needles and little paint brushes will all be mounted together in that little cluster on the left. And they'll move vertically up and down. And the fabric will feed through the rectangle from the right to left. You can see on the right you have fabric in a vertical cylinder roll. And that fabric's going to feed through from right to left in the Y direction. And it will feed right through the cylinder where it will be processed, whether it's sewn onto, painted onto, or 3D printed onto, or to laser cut it. And so yeah, it's a very simple CNC machine design. That's the entire drawing. Like, that's the whole machine. I've never seen anything that simple. It's going to be so simple and cheap and effective. And everyone's going to want to copy my design now. Yeah, the vibrations of the machine, I'm thinking will be sucked up by the rubber. It will be absorbed by the rubber that's just being pressure fit to the ceiling. I think it's going to work. The idea would be to not have to find a stud. It should be able to go anywhere. Yeah, we don't want to even screw it in either. We just want to pressure fit. Kind of like stripper poles people buy for at-home use. They screw until they pressure fit to the ceiling, and then you can swing on them. But they actually kind of suck because when you try to put all your weight in, like jump onto it, it rips off the ceiling because it's not bolted into a stud on the ceiling or anything. It's just pressure fit. But if it can almost hold a human being trying to swing around it, you can imagine how well it would hold just a CNC machine with some little tool heads moving up and down. They're not even putting that large, swinging body, a lot of momentum in the Y or X axis. It's just a Z axis force with a little bit of vibration. So it should be plenty fine, considering that people actually swing on stripper poles that are just pressure fitted into a room. Now, how do I even know about that kind of stripper pole? A long time ago on a Recful stream, he had a girl playing around with one of those in the background of his stream. He was playing Hearthstone, and the girl was setting up a stripper pole in his room and then practicing on it. She was fully clothed and everything, but she was just like being goofy and just wanting to I don't know, show off for his stream. He gets like 20,000 viewers or something, so I don't know. She was just trying to get attention, I guess. He had a girlfriend at the time too, so that was kind of weird. But yeah, that happened on his stream while I was watching his stream. Maybe I'll do some research on at-home stripper poles and just see how they designed their rubber cup that pressure fits to the ceiling, because that's exactly, I think, what inspired these designs is actual stripper poles. I didn't realize that that's where I got this idea from until it just hit me now. That's the way a stripper pole uses the floor and ceiling to create the stability is the same way I'm going to be utilizing the floor and ceiling to create the stability for my CNC machine. And that minimizes the amount of metal you need, since you're just tapping into the already existing XY stability available just by pressure fitting to the floor and ceiling. You're taking advantage of the structure of the house to build the machine. It makes the machine build all the simpler and all the less materials required.